Yes. He calls me the master lawyer, and I call him the master debater. And so it's really, really intense. But what has to happen is sometimes people get so focused on personal information or people that you have to know how to counteract it. And this is what I do. So say you're at a lunch table, and all the women start coming together, and all of a sudden it's so-and-so, and she did this, and she did that. Did you see what she was? Oh, my God, girlfriend, look at that. Like all of this type of stuff. And it's like, and it could be true. And if it is true, sometimes you don't even know what to say. So here's what I just say. Just comment on something positive that you like about the person. It could even be the pants that they're wearing that day. And so, okay, go something like that. Hey, ladies, have you seen her hair? Her hair is awesome. And so the gossipers just look at each other and they're like, what are you talking about? We're talking about so-and-so slept with this person and had this baby and blah, blah, blah. And you're just like, yeah, but I really like her hair. So guess what? They'll look at you and they'll go, that girl is crazy. And they will stop talking. So be queen of deflection. Sometimes you just gotta pull the positive out of thin air to just bring the conversation back down to something good. Even if what they're saying is true, it's none of our business. Talk about their hair. I like your hair. It's pink. It's my favorite color. Just had to say that. You know, we just gotta be good at deflecting. And number 3, when hearing information about someone who isn't present, it's important to look at your motives. Do you have a sincere interest in that person's life? Do you have a desire or a special relationship with them? If so, why didn't you get the information from the person directly? Here's a tip for you. Being on the receiving end of gossip allows the temple of God to be temporarily used as a trash receptacle. Ooh, that's challenging. Refuse to engage in gossip. It may result in fewer visitors and phone calls, but your impact will be far-reaching. Her hair, her pants, her shoes. I love it. Just be positive. Now, let's talk about a gossip 3.0. We're going to move on to the subject of meddling. Meddlers are people who always are prying into or meddling into the affairs of others. Unlike gossipers, meddlers usually seek personal information directly from their subjects. 2 Thessalonians says this, yet we hear that some of you are living idle lives, there it is, refusing to work and meddling in other people's business. Number 1, meddling has no other purpose than to satisfy an inquiring mind. You're asking questions. They're asking questions. They're curious. They go to people to find out. I've been asked cray-cray questions over the years. And if you're not familiar with ATL language, cray-cray means crazy. And I can only imagine, Pastor Carrie, that things that people ask you on a Sunday morning. You know, and a lot of times people have the right heart and the right motive. They're curious. But have you ever thought, maybe we don't even need to know? Maybe we just need to trust the Lord, and maybe it's none of our business. And if we are privileged to know, then God will bring it to us or reveal it to us, or somebody will let us know. Meddlers are gossipers 2.0. They go and they inquire. Now, in all fairness, not everyone who makes inquiries is meddling, okay? Let's be real. If somebody comes up and asks you, you'd be like, meddler. Like, you don't want to give him the hand. Like, let's be real. Let's be sweet. Like, boo, girl, back away. You know? If you are prone to natural curiosity, you must make a special effort. If you are analytical, if you like to learn about things and have this what I call this special ability to be a student for the rest of your life, like if that is you, a lot of times you'll ask questions. And you want to make a special effort to make sure that that doesn't ever cross into meddling. And a lot of times the greatest check is your heart and your motives. And a lot of times we want to meddle into people that we love and we have a relationship with, when in essence, we need to allow the law of sowing and reaping to do its work. If you have older kids that are raised, moms, it's easy to meddle. Even myself, I have a 7-year-old and a 5-year-old. It's my job to train them. And I know at some point, I have to let them go and trust that the Holy Spirit is going to be the greatest instructor in their life. Here's a tip for you. Most people are tempted at some point to interfere in the lives of others, especially when they feel they know best. We must also remember to respect the rights of others to make decisions for their lives. Now, if you have to intervene in an affair of another, there's some really great tips here. Read through them. This will really help you check yourself to make sure that you're not meddling, but actually doing the right thing. Now, I want to move on to loquacious. Yes, like I said earlier, it's not somebody from Atlanta. Loquacious is a fancy word for overly talkative. Now listen, Queen, call me Jessica Loquacious, whatever, okay? But I want to introduce you to another family member of mine, and I'd like to introduce my cousin from Atlanta, Bon Qui. Roll it.
Girl, Marcus supposed to meet me yesterday, and he didn't show up. Girl, I will cut him. Girl, yes, I will. You remember what happened last time, right? When he had said he didn't hook up with Tracy, and then I had found out he did. Girl, I cut him. Oh, girl, yes, I did, girl.
Excuse me.
Yes, I... you see me in the middle of a conversation? Don't interrupt. Rude. I'm gonna have to call you back. Welcome to King Burger, where we could do it your way, but don't get crazy.
Alright, can I get a number 6 with a cookies and cream milkshake?
You sure you just don't want a Coke?
Pardon?
I gotta get the ice cream out, put some cookies all up in it. I don't even know how to use that blender. They got me pressing all these crazy buttons. No, you can have a Coke. Let me get number 6 with a large Coke. Next.
Hi, I'll have a number 3 with no cheese, no tomato, and no lettuce.
Dang, anything else? I got a complicated order. Let me get number 3 with no cheese, no tomato.
Oh, wait, I'm sorry,
Excuse me, sir. You see me trying to put in my order? Don't interrupt. Rude. And no lettuce, that's it. What?
I changed my mind about the cheese.
Oh, now you want some cheese.
Yes.
Now you want some cheese? You see me putting the order, why you didn't say nothing in the first place?
I tried to, but...
No, sir, don't get loud with me, sir. Do not get loud with me. Oh, no. Security.
Not getting loud.
Security. This dude needs to go.
That's my cousin from Atlanta. Come on, give it up for Bon Qui. Listen, when her and I get together, we just like to talk and talk. But listen, it is a real thing that we can struggle with. And I want to show you a verse in Proverbs 10, and it says, too much talk leads to sin. I mean, like, it's just straightforward. Be sensible and keep your mouth shut. I mean, like, it's just pretty straightforward. Have you ever been in the presence of an overtalker before? Like, you walk up in there and it's just like, bam, and you're just like, hey, you know, and the just constant talking. And there's a reason, though, why sometimes women can be an overtalker or loquacious, or why we can be. And a lot of times, we've been with our kids all day long. We just want an adult conversation. And it's just like, can you believe what happened to me today? And this and that, and it's just like a mile a minute. Other times, women are really lonely, you know, and they need somebody to talk to. And let's be real, another reason is they just like to hear their own voice. I mean, it's true. And we at times can do the same thing. But excessive talking tends to not glorify God. 1 Thessalonians says, make it your goal to live a quiet life, minding your own business and working with your hands, just as we instructed you before. Another translation says this, study to be quiet. I totally planned that. There we go. I totally planned that. I think they just thought I needed to be quiet. But listen, if anybody needs a doctorate degree in studying to be quiet, I need that, okay? Come on, we all need to study more just to be quiet. Sometimes we just need a boom sauce moment where we're not saying anything in a meeting and then boom sauce, we say something and it's awesome. And that's what we need to be as women. We need to be good listeners and listen to what God has to say and hear what people are saying and then say when it's appropriate. And number 1 says this, it is interesting to note that a person of few words usually commands more attention when they speak. 1 Peter 3, you should clothe yourself instead with the beauty that comes from within, the unfading beauty of a gentle and quiet spirit, which is so precious to God. I have so many epic fail moments of loquaciousness in my life, and I want to tell you about one of them just so you understand how real I am. So every Tuesday we have a weekend service review meeting, and I represent all the serving teams and the volunteers, and we celebrate the wins and everything like that. Well, one week, sorry I have hair in my face. One week,